All right, let's do this. I was gonna get a GoPro for this one, but I didn't. I didn't plan ahead. So now I'm relying on my Huawei. This is not an endorsement. If you want to get a good camera on your phone, get an iPhone. I am actually stepping into Grigiškės now because I didn't want to walk through the main highway, but I found this kind of nice road. So now I'm just walking close to the highway. It's pretty hot. It's like it's gonna be 30 degrees Celsius today. It's still like 9 a.m. so it's not that hot, but it's getting there. Started off with new pair of sneakers, which goes against all conventional wisdom regarding hikes and long walks. They felt so good at the moment when I tried them on. I was like, I'll risk it. The ones that I had previously were a bit too small for me, so I risked it. So I'm probably just gonna walk to Elektrine, which was my initial plan, and stay there, spend the night there in Elektrine, and then walk the remaining 60 or so kilometers tomorrow to Kaunas, to the Kaunas train station, which is my goal, and then take a train back to Vilnius. I also had this kind of crazy, spontaneous idea of just forgetting about Elektrine and just going straight to Kaunas and just finishing this walk today. I'm still considering it. Depends how my feet are gonna be when I'm in Elektrine. That'll make a decision whether I stay there for the night or I walk to Kaunas all the way, all in, right? All right, so I'm very happy I found these small roads by the highway, because I was walking through the highway for a while. I don't even think that's allowed in Lithuania, to walk by the shoulder of the main highway that goes from Vilnius to Kaunas. It's probably not even allowed. I don't know. It almost feels like a hike in the nature. I'm walking through Grigiškės right now, which is I guess it's a small suburban city. Oh, there's a church. Nice. I'm not gonna do a lot of touristing in Grigiškės, not because there's nothing to see, although that could be also a reason, but mostly I just want to get to my destination. This kind of reminds me of David Goggins. I know. Walking from Vilnius to Kaunas is nothing as close as challenging as what he did, but it kind of reminded me of him. This book is actually quite good. Tells his life story, so if you want to check it out. Why hike in the countryside when you can witness these beauties in Grigiškės? No way to cross, or I don't really see a shoulder over there too. I'm supposed to go that way, or that highway, but I'm not sure how to cross there. So this seems like a straight line walk all the way to Kaunas, but it's not. There's a lot of like logistical milestones along the way that have to be completed. This is like a video game. It's like a real life video game. I'll figure something out, but I might have to cross here illegally, I guess, and then walk over to the highway. People look at me like I'm crazy. Probably am, but they shouldn't stare. No, I'm kidding. All right, that guy's crazier. She's in a scooter. Crazy. went around it. And then seems to be a way to go through this side. But I'm not sure I can cross that bridge walking. So let's see. So we get an extreme crossing that bridge now. Let's see if I can pull this off to the end of the bridge. And I ended up going through that bridge. Now I'm walking again on the shoulder, which sucks. But I do have quite a space here, so that's kind of okay, I guess. I hope I don't run into trouble with these guys. Now it's pretty tight. So I'm walking past the sign of Vilnius actually. So I'm now walking out of Vilnius. Well, officially. On this pretty cool makeshift road here. Which means that I'm not the only crazy person walking through here. It's quite challenging to maneuver. This is definitely not designed for pedestrians. So this is quite cozy. I never thought I was gonna show my feet on the internet, but I don't know if you can see it, but I started to have a bit of a blister here, and it's only been like 15, a little bit more than 15 kilometers. So it wasn't 15, it was actually 18 kilometers that I've walked total. It's a nice walk in the countryside. Oh, okay. It's crazy how at the beginning of this journey, walking on the shoulder seemed kind of crazy, but now it's, you know, I'm used to it, and it's actually quite okay. I mean, it's fine. All right, so I'm in Circle K, drinking one of these. Walked around 22 kilometers. I'm pretty confident about getting to Electrine with good time. Still not sure about if I'm going to walk to Kaunas all the way today. I'll think about it. My feet hurt, especially my ankles, because that has something to do with my walking technique. There's a technique to walking as well, especially long distances, or my sneakers. So we'll see. Now it's midday. I have 26 kilometers left, and I should be in Electrine by around 5 p.m. It's getting pretty hot. Well, it's not getting pretty hot, it's pretty hot. I look like one of those sheikhs in Dubai, just that they wouldn't be walking, I guess. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a light. I estimate maybe 17 kilometers left, 16 kilometers left to Electrine, and I just felt how I busted my pinky finger. When I say busted, I mean I didn't break it. I just felt the skin kind of burst, and so that's an issue. Slight blister. All right, so I'm in the final stretch to get to Electrine. It's about 11 kilometers left. Thankfully, I found a route that avoids the main highway, so it's going to be more relaxed. Not so many cars, some shade hopefully. It's been a very hot day. It's around 4:30 here, and hopefully I'll make it to Elektrine 6:30 maybe. We'll see. I might stop for some sights. Seems like time has stopped in these small villages or towns. But there's some constructions going on. There seems to be some innovation around here, well, in infrastructure at least. So now I am kind of in the middle of nowhere. Change of scenery. I would probably never walk around these areas otherwise. Oh, there's a dog. Alright. Tiny but feisty. This trail is actually perfect. It's a perfect in between between the sand, the concrete, and the grass. So it's kind of soft, but it's not so soft that it slows you down. So it's quite good. It's a good change. This is getting even more rustic. Now I'm really off the beaten path. This is way better than carbon dioxide. No, carbon monoxide or whatever that is the vehicles emit. And now this is the road that Maps is leading me to. Under these circumstances, there's no other thing to do than trust the maps. I'm really pondering whether I should walk all the way to Kaunas today. The biggest argument against that is that I don't have any night gear, meaning I don't have any headlamps or flashlights or whatever. I don't have a night vest either. I'll go to Elektrine and then I'll see if I find some night gear there, and then I'll have to make a plan of, whether I'll have to basically decide whether I stay the night in Elektrine, which was my initial plan, or I'll walk to Kaunas. So we'll see. Approaching a small farm, I guess that's what you call it. I feel like in one of these medieval stories, like Goldmund and Narcissus wandering through the land and meeting strangers. Now that I have like 7 or less kilometers left to Elektrine, I feel great. I'm pretty energized. I feel much better right now than when I felt when I was at kilometer like 25, 30, 20 even, maybe. So that's interesting. Officially arrived in Elektrine. There's still a few kilometers to go to my hotel, probably like 2 or 3 maybe, maybe less. I was greeted by this nice church. The last, I would say, 8 kilometers were pretty tough, mainly because of the sun, and I was already pretty tired as well. My feet hurt, and the sun was right in my face. So tomorrow I'll set out earlier to try to get in as many kilometers as possible in the morning. Oh, there's the sun. To be continued tomorrow morning. It's go time. 6:22 a.m. and I'm heading out for my final destination, Kaunas. So my plan is to walk until the sign, the Kaunas sign, and then depending on the situation, take it from there. As you can probably tell from the video, I'm limping, so my feet are not in a very good condition after yesterday. I have some pain in my right hamstring, and I have 51 kilometers to walk. It's gonna be a fun day. I'm actually having a hard time even getting out of Elektrine Crossing the highway through Elektrine. They have a great crossing here. Very good infrastructure, and I can see the convenience store from here. And that's where I'm going to make the first stop. And then I'm going to move on into the back roads. So the last train to Vilnius from Kaunas leaves at 9:40. So of course it would be great to get on that train, but I have serious doubts that I'll be there in the train station by 9:40. I have a tendency to miss trains. The goal is to reach Kaunas train station before 9:40. Let's see how that works out. So I actually found a nice spot, this convenience store. Bought some of these, some pills for pain, muscle pain and joint pain. Alright, so 7:30 a.m. and I'm entering the back roads, 50 kilometers roughly of roads. I have until 9:40 to get to the Kaunas train station. This is actually quite an enjoyable walk. You know, when you have a good stride and you feel good, and your feet are not hurting, you get this confidence, you know. Now I'm thinking, wow, I'll walk straight into the Kaunas train station, be there before time, and I'll do such a good time because now I feel good, I'm confident, you know. The point is, everything changes really quickly, right? It's one thing to set a goal from comfort, and another thing is to set a goal once you're, tired and weary. If you feel good, you kind of think this is gonna go on forever, right? You get that hubris, right? And you feel like, oh, it's just gonna keep on going. Like, we don't have a good assessment of what's gonna happen in the future and what factors could initiate a complete reversal of your state, right? So, and this also applies to when we feel bad, right? When we feel bad, we feel terrible, like after some sort of failure, or when someone close dies. You feel like you're gonna feel like this forever, right? Which is also not true. You're gonna get better eventually. And so it applies a lot to walking. You can feel that, right? Because once you feel good, you're in a good stride. Having some coffee now, and my feet are not hurting. I feel like this is gonna go on for the next 50 kilometers, which is very unlikely. It's very likely that maybe at kilometer 10 or 15 or 20, I'll hit a wall and a breaking point, and I'll have to really push through, or my knee could start hurting or whatever. So that's something to consider. You also have to prepare for the worst case scenario, although of course expecting a positive outcome. So yeah, some stuff I've been thinking about while walking these winding roads close to Gabrilova. Next time I'll walk by the train tracks. It's like 8:30 or something. I'm already in Kaunas County. That's an interesting name for a town, Conceptas. I think this is where the big ideas in Lithuania are born. Something that caught my attention. Yeah, I'm filming. Something that caught my attention about these towns, these villages, is that they're dead. I mean, yeah, okay, it's a Sunday. It's still like 9-ish a.m. But they're dead. I haven't seen anyone. a few cars passing, a few tractors. Actually, they were working at the grain. It's like a grain processing center, which is odd since today's Sunday and it's a long weekend here as well. But they're just there's no. I mean, it's just silent. I guess everyone's sleeping in. Yesterday was a rough night, maybe. Could be. It's kind of eerie. The bus stop with no name. You have a library, and you have roosters. There are two problems about walking at night: the cold and the darkness. And I'm not ready for neither one of those two. Gotta make sure to hurry up. This is meditative. Meditative. Right? There's nothing else. Just the road ahead and a very, very clear goal. And you just walk towards that goal, right? It's as simple as it gets. Clear goal, and then the road ahead, and then some obstacles along the way. So it's a good metaphor for life. There's not much overthinking going on. Just walk towards your goal. The long, long, winding road ahead. Finally, I've arrived to the beach. Maybe not. This is where it gets fun. So, Maps is taking me through this road. So, yeah, quite a contrast to the highway I was walking through yesterday. I'm getting closer to Kaišiadorys, which would be a third of the trip. Hopefully find some coffee there. And, I'll be trying to score some coffee there. Now I sound like I'm looking for a drug dealer, but it's probably easier to find drugs in Vilnius than coffee in Kaišiadorys. Although I might be underestimating Kaišiadorys. It's not very clear where should I go? So I'll just head that way. Ran into these guys. Happy they're tied up. This is an unexpected challenge. The map took me on a very sketchy road, and for the first time in this trip, I am lost. Crossed this fence, got electrocuted a bit in the area where a man definitely doesn't want to get electrocuted ever. So I don't know, I'm just gonna walk up this hill, then walk down. Worst case scenario, I'll end up in the train tracks, close to the train tracks, and I'll be able to guide myself to Kaišiadorys. So I found the train tracks on the map, and I just went for them. So then I found a road, and I'm in Kaišiadorys right now, or close to Kaišiadorys, and I'm by the train tracks. Alright, so I've left Kaišiadorys. My next big stop is Pravieniškės, which is quite close to Kaunas. It's going to be a long stretch to Pravieniškės. I still have maybe 28 kilometers to go. I'm actually doing quite good, feel very confident. But when I'm 2/3 into the journey, into today's journey, I'll be able to give you a better assessment, because the last third is generally the the most difficult one, you know, that final stretch, those final 15 kilometers are rough. They were pretty rough yesterday, so I can imagine they're going to be twice as rough today. I feel like I'm in Nebraska. I don't know why, but I imagine this is how Nebraska looks like. Maybe. But yeah. I'm in Nebraska. This is like the African savannah here. Look at all this. Look at this. So it's 7:13. I have 11 kilometers to go. I'm definitely gonna make it to Kaunas. The question is, will I make it on time? Let's see. This is my assault on Kaunas. My assault on Kaišiadorys was quite challenging. I ended up lost for quite a while. And my assault on Vilnius was even more intense. I was attacked. I'm still being attacked, as you can see, by flies, mosquitoes, and every other flying object you can imagine, except ovnis, during like 7 kilometer stretch. They're still attacking me. This has been relentless. I'm hoping to reach Kaunas soon. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is this road. Again, the map led me to some sort of sketchy road, and I don't want to get lost, especially right now. So I'll follow this road, see where it leads me. This is the road that leads to Alexandrovna or Alexandriuka or something like that. Alexandrovka. You can't say Lithuania is not Eastern European with names like these. So 8:45 p.m. 4 more kilometers, 4.2 kilometers to be more precise, left. I don't think I'm gonna make it for the train. So I'm gonna walk up to the sign, Kaunas sign, the big Kaunas sign in the highway, and then I'll figure out how I'm gonna get home. That was the last train to Vilnius. Almost on the highway. So my fiance picked me up. So now I only have to get to the sign. Figure out how to get there. It's a bit tricky. Alright, so I'm officially in Kaunas. The sign is actually a bit further there. But then the police is also standing there, and I am not sure I can walk around a highway. I'm gonna try to walk a little bit closer, see if I can get a look. Yeah, the cops are there. Yeah, I made it to Kaunas. A little bit of plot twist at the end. I missed the train, so I got a lift back to Vilnius. And the sign is just there, but I'm not gonna walk by the highway now. It's too risky. It's nighttime. Police is just standing there, close to the sign actually. So I'm not gonna risk it. It's not worth it. I'm gonna go back to Vilnius, and yeah, see you in the next one, next adventure.